Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flourgoldwizards channel. I'm Jason, a part-time gold prospector based in Wisconsin. That's Rigby, my mining partner, the world's most famous gold sniffing hound. Did you ever wonder, the first scoop you get out to the creek and you get 30 or 40 little dots in a pan, and you set up your camp and your sluice and all that, and then you just dig right down through it, and then you wind up with maybe 80 pieces after a bucket full of material? Well, I do that more than I'd like to admit, and I think that I'm missing out on a concentrated layer of flood gold when the water gets extremely high here and it's moving everything, and it washes off the lights and it moves gold and it kind of stacks it up in certain locations. And I've dug through that stuff and found excellent gold only to be bummed out at the end. So today I brought my little hand dredge, the Nugget Trapper. Now I got this from High Plains Prospectors. They sell all kinds of equipment, and this thing is extremely useful. It has great suction. It's got a little mat built down inside of this little clasp on thing right here, and it works beautifully. Now in the past, in this exact location, I've dug down and done test pans, 0 to 8 inches deep, and done extremely well. Like I said, only to be bummed out at the end, or bummed out-ish. So I want to move some rocks around today and just try to get the top couple inches with this here Nugget Trapper. I brought a little tub. We'll set it up next to where I'm gonna suck, and we'll suck. Now I could probably do this with a 5-gallon pail, but that tub is about 1/3 the height of a 5-gallon pail. I don't have to lift this thing up hardly at all. There's my tub underneath the water. I got a big rock in there so it doesn't go floating away. And basically, we just start sucking. Now the only thing that might get in my way today is gonna be all these leaves. It's fall, and the bottom is coated with leaves, and hopefully it doesn't mess with my system here too much. But so far, so good. All right, I'm gonna put my pan up here just to see how much material we're getting per suck, or per couple of sucks. Let's find out. All right, if my math serves me correctly, that was 5 sucks. And this is what we got out of it right here. A couple of leaves and, I don't know, a pretty decent amount of material. It is picking up some larger cobbles like this one right here. So we're not skipping out on, a lot of material. We're picking up a good representation of what's down at the bottom. So let's pan this one out, see what it looks like. Hey, that isn't too darn bad at all. Let me get that back under the water there. Let's see it. No glare. Looks like we're in for it. Couple of decent looking pieces right there. Look at that. That wasn't much material at all. So that's pretty darn encouraging. That's just a little bit off the top right there. And there's gold in it. That was what, maybe 1.5 cups of material? So I'm gonna fill this whole tub up and then we're gonna do some panning. So, you know what they say in Rome? When in Rome, well, suck. All right, well, I've got about 1/4 of a tub. I didn't make it all the way to the top. I'm interested to see what I've been getting. If you have gold fever, you know exactly what I mean. So here's my tub. I'll just take some material out of there, just like that. And we'll pan it out. Yeah, looks like we'll probably have 4 or 5 pans in there. So hopefully something good. What do you think, Rigby? What are we gonna wind up with? Any nuggets? I tell you, oh, he's so excited. Well, we are either in a lousy spot or I'm not very impressed with that roughly 2-inch top layer. There's a little bit of black sand and definitely is some gold in there, but not the bonanza I was hoping for. But all hope is not lost. We still have our nugget trap. Now you take this apart right here, just like that, and right down in there, there's a small little mat. Let's take a little look. See that? That's a little miner's moss mat, and it's supposed to, well, trap nuggets. So I'll put a little water in my pan here, and we'll shake it on out, just like that. I don't think we have to get too carried away. Yeah, looks pretty darn clean. And let's see what's in the nugget trap. Oh, no nuggets in the nugget trap. So in the name of science, I'm gonna go back to the way I do it. We're gonna go down just a little bit deeper. I think the deposit might go down to like, I don't know, maybe 8 inches or so. So I'm gonna try to gather as much material I can in that first 8-inch zone in the body of the water here, because God darn it, that's where I've been doing the best. So I'll try to fill up this here pail as far as I can, and we'll just go ahead and pan it out. I didn't bring a sluice with today, just a couple of pans and my number 1 dog, Rigby. So let's do some classifying. Now the reason I wanted to use that suck tube was because it's difficult when you're digging in all these cobbles right here. They're not just round and perfectly, you know, smooth. There's a lot of really rough stuff in here, like this, right here. And when you're trying to dig down, it's difficult. And if you're trying to stay in, say, an 8-inch layer, it's nearly impossible to dig down and then laterally. So kind of what you're forced to do is to dig a big hole and then slough the sides off into the hole and try to take the rocks from the surrounding area and roll them into the hole and then take the material that's left over. So that's what we're going to attempt to do right now. And here's our very first shovel right here. Now this material, in my opinion, looks really, really good. There's all these quartz in here and this and that. Now, you're probably not going to find, you know, gold-bearing quartz in here, at least not very often, so I just give that a pitch. And what we're worried about right here is this clay. Look at that right there. Now, there's a clay layer down not too darn far, and all these gravels in this whole area right here are sitting on that clay layer. And we're trying to get down to that right there and scrape everything off the top. But like I said, you got to fight through these right here, and your shovel gets stuck in that little crevice right there and you're out of business. So it's incredibly difficult to work that layer, but we're gonna do it. All right, it's hot, Africa hot. I've got about 3/4 of a 6-gallon pail right here and my pan. I'm just gonna go ahead and pan all this out and see if there's a huge difference. I'm guessing we're gonna have more gold than this one, obviously, because there's way more material. Hey TC, there's a chopper going by. So let me start grabbing some of this here material and we'll pan it out. Yeah. Now I'm just going to go ahead and speed pan a bunch of this stuff here. And by that, I mean just get it down to, I don't know, close to nothing but the heaviest of the heavy, black sand, etc. And then add some more to it. And then repeat. I don't know if I'll do the whole pail that way, but it'll save me a little bit of time. I'm actually on a Flour Gold Prospectors Association camping trip right now. It's for all our members. So I'm gonna get back and get everything ready to go. We're gonna have a couple of cobbles tonight, but I just had to come on down here today and do some panning. Yep, there's gold in there, 100%. So I'll grab some more slop here. Yeah, look at that. Some more slop. And we'll pan through this stuff, see what's in it. And it's not too darn bad. I mean, there are a decent number of pieces in there. Nothing big though. That's right there is about, I don't know, half a pail or so, maybe a little more than half a pail. It's respectable. And definitely worth the effort. Gold mining, it isn't always about going out there and finding enough to pour a bar. It's about trying new things, you know, getting new equipment, seeing how it works, and testing new spots and heights and depths and this and that, and being out there with your buddy. Isn't that right, Big Rig Bone? So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We sure enjoyed making it. We got to get back. We got a whole bunch of people coming over for the FGPA party tonight. So we're going to take off, go grab a cobble and some beef sticks. Till the next episode, Flour Gold Wizards, out! Now that we're back at the ranch, we're going to let the partying begin. Yeah. People are just starting to trickle in, along with Michelle, the one who made my awesome bucket that you see out in the creek there. Well, she brought me another one this trip. Look at that right there. Established 2019, Flour Gold Wizard team. That's right. Take a little read. That is fantastic. Thank you very much, Michelle.
You're very welcome. It's my
awesome.
pleasure.
Awesome. Well, people are just starting to trickle in.
Anybody needs to, I'm at 19. You can park.
That is definitely
my car back
not Jeff Williams over there.
To park
The door at Nick's house in Missoula.
Not Jeff Williams.
Travis,
Drinks moonshine.
For 403 prospecting.
That's right.
Walks up and opens the door. The first thing he's like, "Holy fuck, you're
Yeah,
a lot taller than I
having a
thought
good
you were
one.
gonna be." You know, I just
Whoa.
Sing in the rain. What a glorious feeling.
What do you think of that?
That's a hell of a thing.
Yep.